Welcome to the MOMIS video tutorial. In this video, you will learn the basics of using the web interface, including how to compose queries, run them, and save your work. First of all, we need to log into the application by inserting our username and password. This is the Query Manager web interface. From here, we can start querying our sources. At the beginning of your work session, the system automatically loads the last global schema you worked on. If it's the first time you're using the interface, you have to upload the global schema you want to query. Click on the Upload Schema button and choose the global schema you want to work on among the ones you previously created with MOMIS. The global schema is parsed by the application and the global source appears in the global source panel. A quick tip on each node of the tree shows which local sources or classes are mapped into that global source or class. If you right-click on a global class of the tree, you see a new window appearing, containing the mapping table of that global class that shows how local attributes are mapped into global attributes. The first column of the mapping table represents the list of all the global attributes of the class, and the first row represents all the local classes belonging to the global class. The table elements are the local attributes mapped into a specific global attribute. So, let's start composing a query. The global source we work on is quite simple. It's composed by 3 global classes representing hotels, campings, and all the facilities related to them. We select the global class hotels and you see all its attributes appearing in the panel below, where we can select them. Let's select hotel's name and hotel's address. As you can see in the query panel, the query is automatically written and updated by the application. Now we can add a condition. In our case, we want the hotel city to be Rimini. Our final query will ask the system to return the name and the address of all the hotels of Rimini. After running the query, you can see all the results loaded into the results grid, paginated 50 at a time. You can look through them using the bottom bar of the grid, and you may expand the grid by collapsing the query panel. Lastly, if you click on one of the rows of the results grid, you will see a new window containing all the attributes of that row, in order to look through them in a more readable way. Let's compose a query a little bit more complicated. Now we want to know the name and the address of all the hotels of Rimini, but we also want to see all the facilities related to them. So let's click on Hotels and choose Name and Address as done before. Now, if you watch at the node Hotels, it has 2 children. The first one is the key of the global class, which means that each hotel is identified by the name and the city. The second one is an external reference to the class facilities, which means that hotels and facilities are related. The red arrow in the facilities icon means that the reference is inverse, so that hotels is referenced by facilities. If we click on the facilities reference, the system asks us if we want to join the global classes. Click on Yes button and you can see the attributes of the global class facilities appearing in the Class Attributes panel in a new tab, and the join condition between the classes automatically written by the system in the query editor. The focus of the tree has been moved to the global class facilities, on the external reference hotels, which has a green arrow in the icon, meaning that the reference is direct, so facilities references hotels. Let's select the facility attribute and add the condition concerning the hotel city. Finally, we want the results to be ordered by author's name in ascendant way, so we click on Add Sorting option and compile the form. At any time, we can manually edit the query by clicking on Edit button, but it's recommended to do it at the end of the query composition process, just before running the query. Run the query and see the results appearing. If you want, you can save your query, giving it the name you prefer. The system saves the query and the global schema on which it has been executed. If you click on Open Query button, you will see all the name of the queries you saved before, and a quick tip on each name suggests the text of the query itself. If you run a query, the system loads the global schema related and writes the text of the query in the query editor, where you can edit and run it. Finally, if you simply want to work on a previously loaded global schema, you can click on Open Schema button and select the schema. Each time you need help, you can read the PDF tutorial, which explains you every step you have to do for composing and running queries. That's all for now, so we hope you enjoy querying global schemas with MOMIS Query Manager web interface.